my friends, welcome back to Shed Knives. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Jack Billings and I'm the CEO and founder of Shed Knives. There is no substitute to Shed Knives, my friends. I get email after email, comment after comment, DM after DM of people saying thank you for what you do, for your improvements in the knife world, your improvements in my life, or in this case it would be your life. I get so many of them and it's amazing. You know why? It's not for me. Don't give credit to me. Give credit to yourself, because you are the one who had to step up and move. You had to step up and do something better for yourself, better for your community, and better for society. I love the quote, "The downfall of society starts with the individual." I'll say it again. The downfall of society starts with the individual. The downfall of society starts with you, my friend. It starts with me. And if you want to be a loser, society will turn into that. If you want to be a winner, society will turn into that. And that's why Shed Knives is full of winners. Because we like to improve. We like to do better. No matter how life is beating us. Just banging on us. No matter how bad, no matter how rough, no matter how long the problems are, we still push forward, my friends. And that's why we love these knives, because they are an extension of us. They're an extension of our personality. And if you see someone carrying one of these knives, which I must say, it's fantastic that Shed Knives is not at the level of Buck or Case. And I'll tell you why. Because financially, you might think, what? It should be that big. And I agree, it should be that big. However, it's good because that means not everybody gets to relate. Not everybody gets to see one of these knives and is like, oh yeah, I carry that, you carry that, we're two winners over here. You see me carrying this, you carry it, and I look at you and I'm like, yup, that's a winner. I work hard, he must work hard as well. Anybody can go get a Buck, anybody can get a Case, anybody can get an Essie, anybody can do that. Anybody. Joe Schmo, Loser Lou, whoever. Come up with whatever name you want. Okay? Anybody can do that. Not everybody can get up off the couch and head into the field and win. Not everybody can take the time to drop down on the floor and do some push-ups. Not everybody wants to do that. I mean, everybody wants to, right? Everybody wants to win. There's this idea that they're like, oh yeah, it could be me. That'd be nice. I wish. Like the wish cloud is gonna just drop all the hopes and dreams that they want on them. No. The wish cloud, the hopes and dreams, they're not coming. They're not going to knock on your door. You have to go out. You have to knock on the doors. You have to be the one to do that. And that's why I love Shed Knives. People say, Jack, you got to stop working so hard. You got to go have fun, right? We got to have fun. Why? Because fun is a distraction. Most people do not like what they do. And hey, if having fun allows you to improve and win more, then by all means go do it. But for my personality type, I must work hard. And when I don't, it beats me up. And hopefully I can set a good example for all of you watching. And you see, yes, this young guy works. He does stuff. He makes knives. Do you know how hard it is? And this is not a pity party, by the way. This is simply showing what is possible. Do you know how hard it is to get to the stage of this? Okay, this knife right here. Do you know how hard it is to get to this level? Most people, and I am so serious, guys, most people and most knife makers will never get to this point. most people, and I'm not talking about just the knife. It's never been just the knife. It's never been just about the knife. It's about what's behind it. It's about what it represents. Forget the knives. What does it represent? Forget the work. What are you working for? Guys, think. We, as Shed Knives enthusiasts, are higher IQ individuals because we are winners. We see a challenge and we're not afraid of it because we know our capabilities. We know what we can do. We have experience. And for those of you who don't have experience, that's okay. When you see a challenge, it gives you an opportunity to win and to gain experience. Even if you fail, you still learn, which you can apply to your next challenge. So when I say, do you know how much it takes to get to this point? Do you know the amount of suffering? I talked about it in a few videos ago. We need more pain and suffering. We need more misery. All for success, all to win, all to be better people, all to run a better business, and to be a better member of society, because that's what the Shed Knives movement is about. Becoming a better version of yourself, improving your society, and, well, I skipped a part, improving yourself, improving your community, and just benefiting society as a whole. So back to the knife example. All of this just didn't show up. This shop didn't just show up. For some people it might. I've obviously been very, very grateful through this process. I've been blessed through this process. People have helped me out. This is not a one-man show. This is not, I mean, if nobody bought knives, this wouldn't be possible, so I'll say that. It's a team effort. It's a team. And most people have the vision. They have the vision of the knife, but they don't have the work ethic to go do it. Now, I'm not saying everybody needs to go make their own knife company if they want to buy a knife. No, that's why I'm here. But if you have a vision, if you have a goal, you need to go do it. You need to drop down, just set all the nonsense to the side, and you just need to look down, you need to focus, you need to get to it. Because that's what I do, and it works for me. It works really well. And then you have to stay disciplined. And I gotta say, I'm just gonna be real with you guys, that is one thing I have had quite the problem with, is staying disciplined and routine with it. Okay? I do it for an extended period of time, a few months, and then there's a little drop. And it's how fast we can get rid of that drop and just get back up, and maybe even higher than before, to just get back to it and go harder. And so that's one thing I've been working on, finding ways to stay more disciplined, more, just work harder, improve. And I want you guys to think how you can apply this in your own lives. Do you want to be a better parent? How can you do that? Do you want to be a better friend? How can you do that? Do you want to be a better bushcraft shelter just expert? Do you want to build a fire in any condition? Rain, snow, dry, wet, hot, cold? Then go do it. Figure out what needs to be done. Figure out where you are today, where you are, or where you want to be, and then that gap in the middle, we call that the gap. You go figure out what you need to do to fill that gap, to go from where you are today to where you want to be. You just bang, fill that gap in with steps, and you follow each step. You might not know every step, but you can at least get the first one down, and then the second, and the third, and the fourth, and you just bang, bang, bang. You keep going. And I gotta say, that's just what's fantastic about the Shed Knives community, the Shed Knives enthusiasts, because together we know how to do that. We know how to get stuff done. The people who buy my knives, the people who carry them, they are winners. Losers are not allowed to buy my knives. And I have not gotten this question, possibly because I just explained it very well. But I'll ask this and then I'll answer. I'll explain it. What is a loser? What's a winner? Okay, what are those Two, how do you tell which is which? A loser is somebody who sees something they want to do and then they just say, oh well, I guess that would be cool. The would-be's, the should-be's, the could-haves. That. They see something. Well, that'd be nice. Okay. The winners are the ones who see something and they're like, oh, I have to have it. I have to be that person. I have to be such a winner. I have to go do that. They're the ones who go do that. And I'm not talking in like every possible category that exists in life. I'm just saying you just have to have that mindset in one area. One area. One area. And that, my friend, that you have planted the seed for being a winner. You just need to have that mindset for one area of your life. One thing. Most people are too afraid to do that. They just think, and then they think about all the problems that could come with it, but they don't look at the upside. They don't look at the good. Look at the knives. Look at where we have come from. Look at what you can do if you just put your mind to something. And I'm not saying this to sell knives. Obviously, I want to sell knives, but this part, I'm saying it for proof, okay? If you go to shedknives.com and you look at, maybe you type in 2020, 2019, 2021, if you look at the knives from that, and then you look at the knives in the 2025 collection, you will see such a massive improvement, such growth. And I gotta say, that comes down to me. Who you are is what you make. It's what you give. It's what you create. Look at the improvements in my product and look at the improvements of me. They are linked hand in hand, okay? And it's the truth. It's the same with you. Build the man. I love this quote. Build the man before you build the business. Build the man or the woman, whoever's watching. Build yourself. Improve yourself. Do better. And then you go out and you attack because you can handle it now. When I was first starting out, 13, 14 years old, I had no clue that a CNC machine even existed. I had a hard time operating stuff like my email online, believe it or not. Had a hard time with that computer stuff. I had no clue CNC machines existed. I didn't even know they were a thing. Like, who knew? Not me. So if you put me in this shop to work and to make these knives, to make blades like this, to make knives like the sheep's foot, I couldn't do it. It's because I had to build myself. I had to improve. And right now, I'm in a massive, massive mental shift, massive period of growth, mentally, physically, everywhere, financially, all of it together. We are growing, and I feel like I'm in the forge. I feel like I'm in the heat treat oven. It's 1,000 degrees. It's hot. But guess what? We just cook. Ugh. You just gotta sweat it out, quite literally. You have to sweat it out, and then once that time is done, the knife doesn't know it's in there for 18 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever the time may be, depending on the batch. Doesn't know. The heat treat oven knows, the knife does not. Same thing. Life knows, you don't. God knows, you don't. You just have to push. And I encourage all of you guys together as a team, hand in hand, together, we must do that. We must step into the oven, not literally, okay? Metaphor. Step into that discomfort where it is tough, where the I don't wannas, where those come out. Step into there and just get to it, my friends. And I just gotta say this, guys. I just gotta paint the picture. When you carry knives like this, it makes it a lot easier. Not that easy is what we're striving for. We're striving for results. And if they happen easy, okay, great. If they happen hard, okay, great. Same perspective. Doesn't matter. it just provides confidence. And I gotta say, when you have something that's just ready for action at every step of the way, it's like you have an extended version of yourself. You have an extra piece of you that it's like, yup, we can do it. I've got a big knife, or I've got a tough knife. Like maybe it's the US Tonto. It's not the largest of blades, but it's certainly tough. It's fierce. It's ready for action, my friends. And when you have something like that with you, it just puts it all together. It's like, yeah, I'm the dude who's getting stuff done. I've got my weapon of choice. I've got my battle item ready for action. And that's fantastic, guys. And it's really just about improving, being the best version of ourselves we can be. And it's gonna be tough. It's going to be tough. That's why we do it, because the amount of improvement, the amount of growth we have for ourselves, our communities, and society as a whole, that's what matters. When you see people carrying these other knives, Civivi, WE, Sencut, the three Chinese, the freak show coming out of China, who I must say, all three of them, and there was a fourth one as well, I forget their name, approached me, said, Jack, we want to buy you out. And they had the paperwork. They had it all there. We want to do this deal. We like your knives. At the time, they weren't selling fixed blades, believe it or not. They were not selling fixed blades. They're like, we like your style. Can you join us? And it was so easy. They made it seem very easy. Just sign the signature and we're good. Okay? I'd be the designer. Oh, you don't have to make anything. You don't have to manufacture anything. It's all good. Think about how easy that would be. Easy. 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 Guys, are we trying to do things the right way? Are we trying to do things the easy way? Very rarely are the two linked together. It was disappointing that they thought of me so low. That they thought that I would sign away shed knives to the freaks over in China. Sad. So you know what that told me? I just gotta work harder, so that way nobody ever thinks that I'm gonna be a sellout. I'm ever gonna sign my name away to some Chinese, some communist, some whatever, some just the geeks, the folks who don't know, the folks who don't understand. And you know what's even more sad? That part is like, okay, whatever. The sad part is there was a line of knife makers, not knife designers, knife makers selling out so they could have their knives made, because knife making is too hard. I can sell my equipment. The complaining, the disappointment. It was a misery. It was a line of misery. Not the good misery. Not the good like, these push-ups are tough today. That's good. But the line of just giving up, of hopelessness. And they all had similar applications, giving themselves away, giving up. It was the line of lost hopes and dreams, my friends. How sick. US manufacturers, which there aren't many, believe it or not, there are not many, fleeing away to China, going away to somebody else. At least do it with an American manufacturer, my goodness. There's a point where it's like, you know, some companies it might make sense to have someone else make your knives. Might make sense, that's very possible. But come on, why China? Why going over to people who don't even care about the American beliefs? Because they aren't thinking, they're not working hard enough. Unlike the shed knives community, unlike the shed knives enthusiasts, when we make a decision, it is true. It is like, oh, yes, that's the right decision to make. These guys, I don't know what was going on. And quite frankly, I would never want them to be associated with me, my business, no, please. We don't want you. You've proven you don't work hard. You've proven you cannot even stick to your own word. We don't want that. We don't need that over here. There's plenty of winners. We'll choose you instead. We'll choose the winners instead. So guys, just if I could sum this up, as a team, we must do the work. We must improve ourselves. Carry those cool knives. For some people, it might not be a knife that gets them going, but for us, it is. The knife is like, yep, that's a power piece. That's something that represents me. And I think it's great when I see all these shed knives enthusiasts carrying their knives. It's fantastic because it shows me, yep, on some level, we can connect because we both have a common interest in the blade. We both enjoy the knives. And like I said, it's more than just the knives. The knives are great. Most people can figure out, if they dedicated 100% of their time, energy, and just mental capacity, they'd figure out how to make knives as well. It's more than the knives. It's the community. It's what you get. It's the life unlock that you get. That's what it is. At the end of the day, all knives serve the same purpose: to cut things, to process material. That's a knife, okay? My knives, I'm not saying they're any different in terms of function and just what they were made for. Cutting. That's as simple as it gets. Cutting. My knives are meant to cut just as much as somebody else's knife. Now, there is no substitute. My knives happen to do that the best, and they will last the longest, and they are the strongest. There's all sorts of things that make these greater, of course, but the core function or purpose is the same. It's what's around it, and that's why shed knives is by far the best. There is no substitute to shed knives. I will die on that hill because it's the highest hill. It's the biggest one. It's the hardest to climb. That's why there's only one. It's lonely at the top, my friends. And I encourage you to get out and hike up the mountain, because when you reach the top, I will be waiting there, and I will say to you, congratulations, my friend. There is no substitute to you, to your work ethic, to how you are as an individual in today's weak, just disappointing society. I'll say congratulations, you hiked the highest mountain. Welcome to the top. It's lonely at the top, my friends, so why don't you join me? And I'll say this, guys, if you want to join the Shed Knives movement, click the link in the description below. I will offer that up, because at the end of the day, if I don't sell knives, I can't keep the lights on and the camera will not be rolling. So if you want to support me, go ahead, hit the like. If you want to support even further, go to shedknives.com, pick up a knife. Honestly, the core thing, guys, just win, improve yourselves, do better as a society. Because, like what I started the video with, the downfall of society starts with the individual. So don't be that individual, be the one who's the winner. The uprise, the increase in society, starts with the individual as well. So be that person. Anyways, guys, that's it. There is no substitute to shed knives. My name is Jack. I make knives. And I'll see you in the next one. Let's go!